Could not rack it back. I could not lock the bolt back to the rear. I couldn't do anything like that. Then I was finally able to manhandle it, and then it wouldn't go forward. Would not go forward, as you can see, but the extension tube is still lodged inside the extension. This is annoying. I just feel like even if I take this extension tube off, there's nothing I can do about it, right? Except get a new freaking extension tube. It's coming out, baby. It's coming out.
Man, you guys are mean. And the crazy thing is about 90 to 95% of you guys are absolute idiots just like me, as you guys claim. As you saw, there were a ton of hater comments, I guess you could say, saying user error, I need to read the instructions, I don't know how to read, I'm an idiot, I'm retarded, you're stupid for even posting this, blah, 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 all sorts of different stuff. Well, you guys must be stupid too, because if you actually knew how to use your eyes, which obviously you don't, you would have seen that this is not a Geissele Super 42. This is not a braided buffer spring kit. This is not anything that I actually purchased. This is an Armaspec braided buffer spring, and this was the entire package that was received right here, okay? Now, for those of you who said that I could not read, guess what? I learned. So let's read the instructions together, shall we? Okay, let's go. The Armaspec braided buffer spring provides improved performance, reliability, and functionality to your standard mil-spec buffer spring. You will experience a smoother, quieter, and more reliable weapon system. The braid is designed with 51 active coils to give tighter tolerances while being compressed, and the 3-strand design allows for the energy from the bolt carrier to be absorbed and dispersed evenly during cycle time. Utilizing this technology gives you more than double the life of a standard mil-spec buffer spring. The braided buffer spring will fit over standard buffer weights. It can be paired with most buffers on the market. The braided buffer spring is used with standard carbon length buffer tubes. It is not compatible with rifle length A5 buffer tubes or receiver extensions. Due to rifle, pistol, and bolt carrier manufacturer variances, this product may not work in all rifles. So, right then and there, when I read these instructions, it says it may not work, but it will fit over standard buffers. So what do? I listen to the instructions. I put this thing on, and guess what? It didn't work. So why did I make that video? Why did I leave the video up even though I got all these hate comments going on? It's because there's people out there that don't have the balls and that are too scared to look stupid, to spend their money on something that's a complete waste. So what do? I go ahead and I put this stuff on my gun, and I go through that trouble, I go through the pain, all that kind of stuff. So that person right here doesn't have to do all that, because all you fucking haters want to just sit over here, just be keyboard warriors and not actually say anything constructive about it. But guess what? I did. So again, this is an Armaspec braided buffer spring, not anything else, not a kit. And the instructions that it came with led me to believe that I could try this on my weapon and that it would work. But because it didn't, it needed to have some kind of voice to it. Hey, just so you know, it doesn't actually work with just any kind of standard buffer as it claims. So don't be getting all mad at me, you idiot. Being in the military, we do not use braided buffer springs. We have the cheapest of the cheap stuff. So there's a couple things that I wanted to accomplish with this video. Well, now 3 things. The first thing is I wanted to learn. I had no knowledge or experience on braided buffer springs. So what better way to learn something than to just do it, right? You people behind here that want to give all these hate comments, y'all are the fat ones that just don't want to do anything, that think you're better than everybody else just because you were in the military for 4 years and all of a sudden now you just know everything and you're just God's gift to all this stuff and whatever. That video is not for you. That video is mainly for me to learn, and so that others who actually want to learn can learn from. The second thing I wanted to do is I wanted to help people save money. Being in the military, you don't have a lot of money, right? Like, I mean, unless you've got passive income somewhere else, you don't have money. So we're on a budget, we're on a strict budget, and I want to make sure that you can actually spend your money wisely. Would I spend my money on this? Yes. Now, there are comments down below that were actually really helpful to say, hey, try this buffer or try this diameter buffer instead, or there's actual other things. And there's been a lot of replies to those comments of people saying, hey, thank you, I appreciate it. I would have never known that. So would I recommend this? Yes, I would. Just be aware that it does not fit a standard buffer. Okay, you got to go a little bit down in size. Now, a year ago, I did not have the experience to be able to say that. After a year of doing all these civilian type builds that I've been doing, I have a little bit more knowledge on that. So yay me. Now, the third thing that I didn't know I wanted to do that I did is piss everybody off and get those little keyboard warrior guys going and just get all these hate comments just to show your true colors and show like how sad your life is. I mean, to take the time out of your day to try to put someone down like that, man, you just, go smoke a cigar. Just go drink a beer. Go chill for a second. Just calm down. It'll be okay. All right? Don't you worry. It's going to be fine. Although I do like pushing buttons, so hopefully we get some hate comments on this one. But all jokes aside, I do really appreciate the engagement that I got on there. I've got contacted by a lot of companies to do some stuff in the future, so thank you so much for the engagement. If you don't like my video content, you don't have to watch it. That's a news flash. That's something new that just came out, I guess. You don't have to watch my stuff if you don't like it. You also don't have to subscribe. And if you subscribed before and then you didn't like that video, you can unsubscribe. It's free to subscribe and it's free to unsubscribe. So I don't care what you do. But if you are so upset with yourself and with your life and just with things that are going on, first of all, I'm sorry for you. I feel sorry for you and I'll pray for you. Second of all, don't put people down. You should probably look in the mirror. Don't be throwing rocks in a glass house. That kind of sucks. Now, as I said, with all of this stuff, I've had a ton of viewers that did nothing but thank me and also give constructive criticism. As I said before, people had said, try this brand or this kit or this smaller buffer. And I was actually able to understand what went wrong and where I went wrong, and I was able to learn from that. So thank you for those who actually gave me constructive criticism. I appreciate it. So regardless of all the hater comments and all the keyboard warriors out there, I just want to say thank you so much for the engagement, for the comments, for the likes, and even for the dislikes. Next time, I would suggest watching the entire video first before commenting on how somebody is so stupid. That way you don't look stupid yourself. So with all that being said, let's just talk about the bottom line up front. Do you need a braided buffer spring? My answer is no. You do not need a braided buffer spring. Sure, braided buffer springs can have their advantages, but for that extra money that you're gonna spend on a braided buffer spring and that special buffer that's gonna fit inside that buffer spring, I don't think it's worth that extra little bit of money. It's not gonna be too much more money, but I just feel like you can take that money and just put it somewhere else that can actually be useful. Honestly, the thing that's gonna make you better is actually getting out there and shooting, getting out there and training. A braided buffer spring is not gonna speed up your trigger time or your accuracy or even your fundamentals. It's not gonna do anything like that. So while it might have its advantages, I just don't think it's worth that money. Maybe later on down the road, after you get your fundamentals in place, it'll be fun to just do small little upgrades here and there, like a new charging handle or a braided buffer spring, or even a new stock or a different compensator or muzzle brake, whatever you want to call it. Those things, I think, once you get the fundamentals down, then it would be worth just the fun to upgrade it, but just work on your fundamentals. Thank you so much for all the engagement. I learned a lot, and I hope those of you who are looking to learn something actually did learn something. And if that's the case, then my job is absolutely complete. Now, if you are still wondering who I am and if I am a reliable source, I think I'm a reliable source, let me just say this. I'm in the military, I'm in the Air Force, I've been in for 15 years, and 13 of those years I've been a combat arms instructor. I've shot countless rounds through countless different types of weapon systems that the military offers, right? Like we're just talking military guns here. And with that, the downside is that I have been sheltered with just what the Air Force offers. Yes, there's many different cool things, everything from a Glock 19 to a Glock 26, all the way up to an M11, M18, and up to the Barrett 50 cal and the Ma Deuce and just everything in between, right? They have all these things, but that's still limited, which is why I'm branching out on my own with my own money to learn these different skills. Now, being in the military, I have noticed things that either are really reliable, that are not reliable, that break easy, or that take a beating. So when it comes to cost and quality, I know what I'm talking about. I know when I can pick up a sight and the way it feels, I know if it's a good buy or not. If you want to know more details about what I do and things that I am and all that kind of stuff, go ahead and click this video right here. So again, before you actually judge somebody for trying to learn and better themselves, be sure to look in a mirror first. Nobody wants to throw stones in a glass house. So for fun, let's go through some comments, huh? Let's just do the top comment. When you don't read the instructions. Maybe try reading the instructions next time before you trash everything and lose your composure. The braided buffer spring uses a proprietary buffer. It's you, not the springs. I suggest you take down this video, actually. I'm pretty sure the manufacturer states it needs a smaller buffer, and they do come in kits with spring and buffer. Just get a flat spring and run with it. Keep these simple, less headache. Well, you're pretty sure is pretty wrong. Okay, Karen, read the instructions while you wait for the manager. Good thing I did read the instructions, dummy. What's the update? Don't you worry, it's coming. You have to use Geissele's proprietary buffer. Well, you dummy, it's not Geissele, so you're an idiot. I guess ours aren't like Legos. As others mentioned, I believe Geissele states that their buffer must be used with their braided spring. Can't blame the products on this one. Well, guess what? It's not Geissele, dude. Fuck. It's almost like there's a difference in diameter between the mil-spec and commercial buffer tube. Guess what? It's mil-spec. Didn't know you were here holding my fucking tube with my dick. It's supposed to be used with a Geissele buffer. Unless it's the rival braided spring, then you shouldn't have any issues. I uses the rifle length braided on my Voltor A5 buffer, no problem. Again, none of it makes sense because that is not what I'm using. I didn't know you could buy the Super 42 spring without the buffer. I know you can't with the rifle version, but that's totally different. Maybe watch the entire video and you'll know that it's not Geissele, it's freaking Arma Spec. Want some cheese with that wine? Yeah, actually I do. And I would take real wine at that point. You can't make a video shitting on a spring because you used it wrong. Tell me where I used it wrong. Somebody didn't read instructions about buffer diameter. How do you not know that you need the right buffer for a braided buffer spring? LOL. How do you... Let me see you build a car. And then the second you mess up or second you learn something, let me fucking roast you on it. Same shit. Geissele buffer should be the fix, bro. Good luck. Now, while that was a nice comment, again, it's not Geissele. Everybody wants to give their 2 cents without actually having all the facts straight. Since that goes to the trash, can I have it? You know what? I tell you what, the second I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll give this away to a subscriber. Deal? Deal. Now, that's just all the time I have for today on this video. But if you want to check out all the comments, I've got the original video linked down below, so go and check it out. Check out the comments. There's some funny stuff on there. I try to reply to everybody or at least heart the comment. I'm still kind of going through. There's a lot of comments. There's a lot of comments to go through. But anyways, if you like this kind of video or this type of video or even me going over some viewers' comments, let me know in the comments down below because I'd like to interact with you guys and just see what's up. Anyways, thank you so much for checking out this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.